Robert, welcome.
Hello, thank you for the invitation. I'm really looking forward to this discussion. So let's do it.
Let's get started. So first, tell me, okay, Lean Manager, we will get to that, yeah. But in which kind of field are you working in? Automotive, pharma industry, or other?
This is a standard production. We are more manufacturing, and we are creating and producing machines for sorting of trash. So it means that the secondary things like PVC and other kind of things we are sorting to this kind of trash companies which are giving second chance to the materials which already was used in the past or were used in the past, and we are giving a new chance to them.
Okay, thanks for that. Could you please tell me a little bit more about your career path in the past?
So I started in a Belgium company as a process engineer. So it was, let's say, the lean tools from the first moment connected to the Six Sigma. Then I take over a responsibility for a production manager as first time, and then I went also to the automotive field, but not only automotive field, because I was also in construction field, and I'm in recycling. I'm working for the company which is a leader on the market, so we are very proud to that. And it's almost 15 years that I'm in touch with lean and with optimization of the processes, and another kind of management and leading.
That's been a long time. That's been a long time.
Not really, but yeah, we can tell that I'm not a beginner, but I still thinking that there is a lot of things what I can learn.
And I think, this is the continuous improvement. So it's always, we are learning the full life here. So I'm really happy that you mentioned that even after 15 years of experience, you are still learning. Thanks
Yes.
for that. Yeah, I know as well that you have some experience in the automotive. Just if you can tell me more, because my background is mainly automotive. Out of 20 years, I think 14 years I have been in automotive. So if you can tell me more about your experience in that field.
So automotive tier 1 and the tier 2. So tier 1, it was roughly 3.5 years in a top management position, like a production and lean manager, CI manager. And it was also tier 2, where I was a process engineer, and I work also on optimization of several processes and on projects connected together with our customers. So as manager, it's roughly 3.5 years in automotive on.
Okay, as you are aware, there are a lot of the wording in each of the industry. So if you can a little bit explain what does it mean tier 1, tier 2, to the audience.
So it depends on which level of supplier you are to the OEM, so the direct producer of the cars. So if it's tier 1, you are the direct supplier. If tier 2, you are a supplier of a direct supplier, and so on and so on. So this is the leveling of this kind of supply chain. Let's call it like this.
Okay, thanks for that. Do you see some kind of the progress? I mean, within 15 years being in the lean scope, do you see the same way of the habits in the companies? You as well mentioned you change few times the companies, or do you see that the same approach from the management is still the same, or do you see some development, or you see it's probably even worse than a few years ago?
I think it's a variance. Yeah, so it means that it also depends on the field on which the company is doing his business. So if we speak about the automotive, of course, there are the level of the expectations and motivation little bit differently, because the OEMs directly asking for the improvement. Mm-hmm. But if we speak, for example, on the construction field or on the field where we are now, so it means the recycling, the progress is very fast. Mm-hmm. Level is increasing, but in our case, we are already at the beginning. Of course, we have some tools. We did a lot of activities, and we start up the culture of the lean and of the thinking. So it means that waste's everywhere, and we have to see it and find out how to deal with it. But we are in progress. And what is very good and not visible everywhere is the willingness. So it means that there is a real support with real wanting. So it means that the people really want to do this kind of thinking and activities, what is perfect.
How is possible? Tell me, this sounds like a dream company, because, I've been maybe in hundreds of different companies, and this is maybe the toughest point. Where do you see that it's so much supporting in the company that you are now working on?
The real support came after first or second value stream, where we show really the possibilities, and then we show direct improvement. So it was based on the example where we rise up the hands, come on guys, we are able to do it better with better efficiency, and we not need to put there any euro, because it was just about organization, layout changing, better using of the capacities. And we increase almost to double on that process where we do the value stream, and the result was the most powerful argument. So it means from that moment the support is there. Example, data, examples.
Okay, thanks for that. I would be maybe coming again, you mentioned value stream. Value stream mapping is as well one of the really powerful tool, but probably if you can a little bit explain how it looks like, because probably this may be one of the most complicated, of the tools from the lean bucket here.
One of the most complicated, yes, but finally one which is giving to me highest added value. And it's more, and for me is the best connection with the common sense, because you directly take a look on the process. It can be also end to end, or just one process from the beginning till the end, and you divided it to small pieces, which activity takes you which time. You then differentiating the time between the added value time and non-added value time, and based on that you see your gaps and wastes. So from that point of view, for me, this is the most relevant tool which I like to use, because you immediately see where is your waste, or it is movement, manpower, whatever skills. We can speak about several types, but you see it immediately, and you immediately see the possibility, the what you can earn, and it's easy to explain then to the upper level, because you see that, look guys, this is what we have now. The added value is roughly 40% of the process. Do we want to have this 60 just dropped out of window, or we will do something? And everybody wants to do something because it's just waste.
Yeah. So what I understood, one of it, you mentioned a few good ideas. Of course, data. Then as well to show that what is the added value, which was 40% in your case, or usually it's very low compared to not added value. And this was the visualization, because with the value stream mapping, you visualized really the current state and you demonstrate there is a lot of potential. Am I correct?
Yes, almost correct. What I mentioned, the 40%, this was just an example. It was not exactly our case here, because we are on a little bit higher level, because it's giving also the from the type of the process. But yes, it's based on data, based on facts, based on possibilities, and based on evaluation of the wastes. So you exactly show what is your waste with non-added value waste.
Tell me, I'm pretty clear that you were able to convince the management, which is the most, I would say, the difficulty. Yeah? But how you were able to convince the guys to be working on this value stream map?
This is the hardest part of the whole thing. So what we did as the beginning was to explain what will happen. So it means that we collect together the workforce from this area, from this stream. And we explain step by step what we are going to do, why we are going to do, and they not need to be afraid that their heads will be cut off. It's not that case. We want to improve together. Beside this, we also explain that if you will do the measurements, please guys, do not do so fast. You have to do your daily routine, because if you will be so fast, and then you explain the negative sides, because there will come. If you will be too slow, again, same case, be normal, and then we are able to help you. So we do the correct measurements with involvement of the people, and we ask them what they think that it's possible to do to help them. So it means it was not just we come, do the value stream, and put them on the table, this and that we will do. No, their own bring the ideas, what can help them, and we just support and do it together. Now, let's say we are on the double of the production without any investment, without any adding heads.
So I think you were able to easily get the buy-in from the management, because if they saw that you are able to get double improvement with zero cost, I think you got their buy-in.
Yeah. So immediately, and we were lucky because this process was really simple and the result was immediately visible. So it means that this was really the best example what we can have. So it was more or less a gift from this product, from process, because otherwise the discussion will be, of course, more tough. but now we are in the situation, we are in the very lucky situation that we had a really positive example as first, so the support is already there. And always when the upper management is here, they see visible changes on the shop floor. So it means that we are not working only with the process, we are working with the layout, with the material flow together. Yes, and clear. The base point is done directly by the people who are the users. So this is the best on the whole, because then they became the change maker, and you not need to put so much energy to change the heads, because the heads already working on the change. So win-win.
Cool. Sounds like a dream.
In some phases, yes, but if we are going to more difficult processes, of course, the discussions are more tough.
Yeah. What you didn't mention is where you are based, in which country. So maybe if you can tell a little bit to the
audience. Slovakia. We are in Slovakia, we are in Senec area. So the company where I'm working now is Tomra, and we are the market leader of the recycling machinery, and not only recycling, of course. We are a Norwegian. Yeah?
Yeah. My question now is, and you started, so it's Norwegian. Yeah, you have a lot of experience because you have been working either in different kind of industry. You mentioned automotive. Now it's Tomra, but as well the different owners. Yeah, you have been working. Now you mentioned it's Norwegian. Which other countries were owning the company that you have been working? Have you seen some difference? So it means, can you say the style from Norwegian guys is different compared to style of other, countries, or what's your experience based on it, or it doesn't matter?
I think differences are, let's say, huge because of the mentality. So if we speak now about the Norway culture, it's open. So it means that we are really focusing also on the feeling good at your workplace. What is fine, but it's more leadership related than it's more leadership based, leading of the company. If I compare it with my past, for example, with the German companies or with the British ones or the Czech ones or Belgian ones, it's more managerial. So it means there are more manager, more focus on hierarchy, let's call it like this. And it's really a strict managing in some cases, of course. So the pressure which is given to the people or to the operations, it's steered on complete different way. So here I can tell that the stress is fully reduced. Of course, some stress is there because you have to deliver the results, but it's not really driven by pressure. It's driven by deals, agreements, and good relationship between the departments and between the colleagues, where everybody understands that we have one goal and we really have to deliver it. So let's say pressless.
Pressless, yeah. I hope, when the owner or your bosses will hear this podcast, they will say, hey, Robert, we need to make him more, put more pressure on him, or probably even, to say we need to give him more tasks because he feels so much comfortable. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think it's
okay. We are smiling, but in some cases, this is also when the situation is really hot. You sometimes have to change from leadership to management. There is no discussion, because if crisis is happening, then the difference of the leading, of course, must be visible also on the shop floor. But normally, standard situation, it's fine. It's very fine. It's a leadership. It doesn't mean that there are no expectations, but the form of the leading is different.
Yeah. From your experience, let's tell me the opposite. Yeah, where have you felt the most pressure?
It was automotive, I think. Tier 1, immediately, every day, some kind of crisis or whatever. So the pressure was already there, because if you stop the line, it's not a small money as a cost of it, but it's also a good training for the not really comfortable situations that when you learn to react under stress and under short time availability. So it's giving a positive experience, but if you do it long term, maybe the positivity is not that high.
I can tell you a
But I
little.
liked it. I liked it anyhow. So yeah.
I think that's really, I think it's a good practice. Yeah, I really remember, some crazy times, delivering one car set per 1 minute, and then shipping by one personal car
Yeah.
by 1 minute. Yeah. So I think that, or a helicopter, or different kind of waste. So for me, it was really to understand how you can really still improve in the crazy situation. But as you mentioned, I think it's very important that this is the short term, and when you solve the crisis, you are going to build more proactive countermeasures. So you start to build a system, and you will employ and improve the culture, so it doesn't happen again. Because if this happen, you will just get crazy, and I think that
Yes.
mentally this is not something that you want to have. Yeah.
And the goal is avoid this kind of situations, not being there, because otherwise it's some kind of self-killing.
Thanks for that. Tell me what motivates you. Yeah, you have been now speaking about quite big successes, and about the different kind of management and the leadership. Tell me what personally motivates you. Why you are, and you feel quite comfortable and quite happy currently. So what motivates you?
Results, first of all, because I'm really goal and result oriented. So I'm very happy when I'm able to deliver and fulfill the expectations. And what is also one of the most important is that you immediately see the change. So if you start up something and you work with the people, and you really at the beginning, oh, it's not possible, no, we will not do it, never, it's never will be a reality. And you give them time, and you start to do the small exercises, maybe some workshops, small activities, where you are able to take the first results and show them, come on guys, you told me this is not possible, and now it is on the table. Then you see that the thinking is immediately start to change. Oh, come on, it's real reality, and it can be real. And this moment is awesome when you get the team with you and you convince them, and from that moment you can do whatever you want because the support is on place. So this is the biggest motivation for me, when the team start to turning and start to understand that it's really a possible thing.
Yeah. I experienced that several times, and this is exactly, I have the same feeling. Yeah, at the beginning, and there are like four phases when you have the team. You have the forming, storming, norming, performing, and I always enjoyed when it went, and you start to relate the storming phase, and then the people still fighting, and then when it starts to turn, and for me always I said I want that the people would like to go to work, and when they are really looking forward to go to the work, the results will come. And the guys from management, they were looking at me like, hey, Ivan, the purpose is to save the money and blah, blah, blah. And I said, this will come. But, short term, if you cost cut, this is not, for a long term. It will not work for a long time. But if you are really building, the culture and working in the teams and the teamwork, and people, they will start to love what they are doing to see the results, because I'm as well data driven and results driven, but I really love as well working in the teams, and and the results will come. So it's, I would say, always the opposite, but it's sometimes quite difficult to explain to the top management, because this takes time. Yeah.
Yes, and then you also would like to put there a remark, or you mentioned that it also can be fun, not only cost savings, but the change can be also fun. Oh, come on, well, fun? Why fun? We need earn money. But yes, sometimes these changes can be also a fun, and
Yeah.
and when the people enjoy it, then the result is guaranteed, because it will really come.
Yeah. And what I like as well to change in the mindset of the guys, I remember in one of the Slovakian plant, there was one of the guy, and we had the Kaizen, and he was quite against, everything. And we did it, 20 times, and it's not going to work, and it's bullshit, and in the end of these 4 days, he said, and he was the part of the team, yeah. And he said, no, it's not bullshit. It's good. I like it. I will implement it, because it was his workplace. And I remember whenever I was coming back to that plan, he was waving, and he was asking me, how am I? And it was really, nice feeling to see, when these guys really understand it's beneficial, and then they just want to implement it. Yeah. So for me, it's really, really great and important.